my camera will really capture this, but the blue you see right there is the water. But just like before, immediately the water finished, there is no green vegetation or anything. It's just the water is finished and the desert starts immediately. This I don't know, I just find it crazy really. But it's like the water and the land are not let's say interconnected. There is no some lush green vegetation to say that here's where the water finish and then you find some lush greens because the water finished. No, it's just like the water is finished and it's finished there. The desert starts immediately. Once again, it's still the same journey. Cairo, Sharm el Sheikh. We are about 30 kilometers to Sharm el Sheikh. Yeah, it's just been a long day. I don't know, but I'm sure you can see it. Just where you see the, I'll call it blue. That's the water really, and it's finished, and then the desert starts immediately. There's nothing like okay, there will be some greens before the desert starts. No, it's like the water is finished, then it's the desert. Yeah, that's it. If you are new here, please subscribe. It will really help me out. For my returning subscribers, I really appreciate you. If you have any question, leave me a message below. This is the street. We are on the way from Cairo to Sharm el Sheikh, which is it's now 30 kilometers to Sharm el Sheikh. Where you see the blue, that's the ocean. Then as soon as you finish it, the land starts, it's dry. Yeah, it's just very dry. And it's interesting to say, but really you also don't see any animals. I only passed some camels once. There was like an oasis, but apart from that, I've also not seen any animals, and the place is so bare. There are not even birds flying around. It's just really, it's an empty space, very, very empty. There's just nothing. told you from my yesterday's tour guide, the mountains you see in the distance, when you cross the mountains, let's just call it cross. Once you cross the mountains, you will be in Israel. But I don't think it's something anyone would want to do really, because it will be a lot of suffering. For people looking for adventure, it's brilliant. But for somebody like me, I'll have to see them from a distance. Then I don't know even what I can call it. The patterns you see all over, those are just I don't know, sand. They are sand. They're just sand patterns, sand which has stopped or whatever. So they're just sand patterns. Let's call it, I think they call it sand dunes. They are sand dunes which have not yet formed high, but if we pass a high, there is one in the distance, but I'm sure the camera will not catch it, a high sand dune. But in the distance you can see the mountains. They are bare, they are empty, they are how can I say, they have nothing to offer really. Nothing to offer. It's interesting. I don't know how the water will react here when it rains heavily, because it's like I don't know if the water can sink to the ground or if it just flows freely, because there will be nothing to stop it. There are no plants, no trees, no grass. So I don't know how it is when it rains heavily here. I don't know what will happen, but for now it's just empty land, really empty, barren land with nothing to give. No wonder there are no villages and towns, because I think it will be very difficult I'm sure it is very difficult to build here, and it will also be very hard to bring the water here. So I think that's why they don't have these little towns in Egypt. It's like you find one big town, then it's so big, then everybody's there. After that there is just nothingness. It's vast emptiness, vast space. Really, it's you, the road and the sky. Apart from that, there is nothing. I don't know if we are nearing another checkpoint. If we do, I will shut off the camera. I see it from a distance, but I'm not sure if it's not a checkpoint. But in every checkpoint, I do turn off the camera just out of respect. Anyway, right now, maybe the camera will not capture it that well. But right now, it's just, everywhere is mountainous. But now it's just a collection of many. There are a lot of. And I don't even know if I should call them mountains or hills. I don't know. They are what they are. You can call them mountains, you can call them hills. Maybe the camera will not capture it well, but so many of them. Really many, so many of them. That's what I was talking about. If you check in front, I don't know if you can see it. There is water just there, but it's not as if when the water is finished, you couldn't see it. The camera couldn't reach so far, but it's like the water finished, and you should expect to see some greens, but there's nothing like that here. It's just like the water is finished, then the desert starts.